Hey guys, welcome to Whiskey Untitled. This week's episode we'll be talking about travel exclusives. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and let's roll the intro.
Bam, 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 bam.
Now we're live.
Oh, intro music. That's how it works. It's magical.
Yeah, we sing it in our heads. Just if you guys want a track, just let us know. We'll send you one. All right, so I am the Drink Caveman. My friend over to the left over here is Wally.
Hi. I'm Scotch and Sniff.
All right.
Well, Sniff of Scotch and Sniff.
So yeah, today's episode we're gonna be talking about travel exclusives. I just came back from a trip, and the funny thing is, I was calling Wally while I was at the airport, going, "Dude, what do I need?" He's like, "I'm busy," and then send photos, and he's like, "Okay." So if
buy all the bottles.
I'm having that problem, I'm guessing you guys might too as well. So yeah, why not make an episode about it? So yeah, as this is a drinking show, Wally, what's in your glass?
Oh, hello, Dram Dude. Also in my glass is the Macallan 12 Grand Reserva, which is not travel exclusive, but we'll get to a Macallan that's travel exclusive,
so,
or two.
Just to answer everything, all the questions are happening right now. What kind of glass is that, dude? Or your hand just gigantimous?
Sorry, this is a Highland Park. I stole one of these from an event locally in DC. They had an event where they had the Highland Park shot glasses, and it's ironic because they ended up sending me the regular highball or lowball glasses that they have, but yeah, the shot glasses, they're pretty cool, and the nose is like totally closed off, so it's easy for sipping.
Are they the same
you
size
don't have.
Do you have a Glencairn in front of you by any chance? Or
No, I do not, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, because I was gonna say it looks.
It might be a little more concentrated,
smaller, which I think is great. Like, as you know, like I did my whole travel thing, had my own glass and case and everything, but that would be perfect. Sorry, I'm trying to open the case right now, like so everyone can see. This is a case I traveled with.
You should have gone horizontal with the glass.
I tried to, but you wouldn't be able to fit these two sample bottles. So that's the best.
That's why. I know. That's why you got to get like the.
All right. Who's got the bigger case?
How do I display this? No, I'm trying to display this in a way that makes sense. So, if you do the glasses with the height vertically, you can do like circles. Oh, where is this?
I see it.
You can do circles that are like straight in, and just pop them in.
Sadly, the case is just too small, and that's what I was thinking. Is that what you meant? Yeah.
Yeah, it fits like water glasses. It fits like everything.
So, by the way, if you guys want tasting, what do you call it? Events or whatever. Yeah. Just call Wally. He's got a freaking case for it, man.
Actually, I do take it to tastings.
Big Scotch and Sniff, bam. And while we're showing off a little bit, and just
no, because you remind. I never remember I have that.
How cool is that?
Oh, that is nice. That is nice.
Guys on Instagram, man.
Wait, no, show them the inside.
Oh yeah, you ready? Oh, you want to reveal what you have today? Bam. Chalkboard. Like, how cool is that?
That way, yeah, so you can blind taste this
yourself. But dude, it just sits well too. Look at that.
Yeah, you just have your wife or your girlfriend, like write down what they are behind your back. Yep.
Great. But yeah, so that was some of the stuff. By the way, I just picked that up, so I had to mention it. Know what's in your glass? My glass today is one of the bottles we'll be talking about. Reaching for it. Is the Belvini Triple Cast 16-year-old travel exclusive.
Ooh.
So the transition to be that. So this is one of two other.
I hear your kid.
Baby saying, "Hey, Dada, what are you doing?" Yeah, she's asking what I'm doing. I got the Triple Cast 16. They do a 25-year-old and a 12-year-old. So matured in 3 casts, just like an extra cast from the 12-year-old double would.
Which 3?
What 3? Good question, dude. I thought you would know. It'll be first filled bourbon, Oloroso sherry, and
ex-bourbon sherry. Does it say if it's American sherry or if it's European sherry?
So traditional, so that's probably another. That's probably European.
Traditional is going to be American ex-bourbon, I assume. It should be American ex-bourbon. That's like traditional.
Yeah, it says Oloroso sherry butts, first filled bourbon barrels, and the traditional whiskey cask, and whiskey without an E. So I'm assuming it might be European oak casks.
There's no. That's interesting. I wonder what that third one is. I've never looked into that for the triple. Oh, ex-bourbon, first fill, Euro sherry. Huh.
Euro sherry.
So be it.
But yeah, so that's pretty cool. I was gonna pick up the 12-year-old expression, but talking to Wally. He's like, dude, you gotta get this. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll get one. So that's my first bottle. What's your other bottle? By the way, we'll show what we have first, and then we'll talk about.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Sticking with William Grant and Sons. All of my bottles that I have are liter bottles, all 7 of these. So like, there was no room on my desk for this. So I have the Glenfiddich Distillers Edition 15-year-old and the Glenfiddich Select Cask. No, yes, Select Cask. It's the green one.
You must like that one a little bit.
So this thing is sweet and it's amazing. Like this is incredible. This is like cask strength 15. It's getting close to that cask strength straight sherry that they have at the distillery. It's not quite that sweet. It's not the same, but it's close. This is like as close as you can get, and for like less than $100. Yep. The Select Cask is a bit more oaky, but which like traditional Glenfiddich flavors. This isn't open because the other one I have is actually in a decanter. Ooh. It's actually the first one I ever poured in a decanter. Okay. So yeah.
All right. And I guess going with that theme, so I went to a trip to Canada with a family, and I picked up 2 bottles of the, what is this one? The Select Cask Single Malt. This one's finished with regular European bourbon and then red wine cask. That red wine cask really got me intrigued. So
it's gonna be sweet. So red wine cask always adds like candy flavors. So
yeah.
Good.
So this is 1 liter barrel is gonna actually go to Wally. So probably just like a little etching or whatever. But yeah. So I was in the duty free section, had a bunch of selections to pick from. But then when you see it, so I'm trying to get the barrel. Once you see these travel exclusive things, it definitely intrigues you. You know what I mean? Like, why is it travel exclusive? And I know Belvini have their own duty free warehouse, so a lot of people put some time and effort into some of these expressions. So it's very interesting.
I always wonder about those because I mean it's travel free, travel retail. So like they're specifically doing it for people who are traveling. And sometimes it seems like they throw really nice ones out there, and it's like, oh, you're traveling, you probably want to try something great. And sometimes it seems like we had this leftover stuff, we need to get rid of it, and these people who are traveling will buy it.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Like, the store that I was at, it definitely had some everyday kind of stuff. Like, you saw the normal, like, you know, Brick Laddie, Classic Laddie, that kind of stuff. But, yeah, there were some things that were like, oh, that's different. I wonder how that goes. And I've always known that the Belvinia had that triple cask group. But I think the 25-year-old was like $500, $600. I was like, I don't want to want to spend that much money.
That's a little high for a 25. Yeah. They're 30 years, not much more than that.
That's why I was like, probably pass.
That's a surprise.
What's the next ball you got on your travel?
Yeah, Scotch for everyone. Carson Scotland at a crapshoot, but I think it's like you just have to find people you trust their reviews on. If I had to go next, it would be from another Glen, but not Glenfiddich. It's from Glenmorangie. Yes, the Balvenie 21 Madeira. That I want to try. That should be like wine sweet. It should be so good. Oh, but Glenmorangie.
The 2 bottles I passed up on. The ones I showed you.
Yeah, the Dutac and the Tane. That's what I was saying. I have these if you want to try them. So,
definitely.
Which one? This is PX and Virgin Oak. This one is Amontillado sherry cask. This one, the Tane. It's so sweet. It's so good.
That was the one I was going to pick, and then I was like, let me call Wally. He probably knows.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Like, and then he's like, I got them. I'm like, okay, pass on that one.
Yeah. Yep. I'll send you samples of those.
And then since you brought double Glenmos, I'll bring out double Dalmores.
Yeah. I've thought about buying that. You have to let me know how they are, because Master Malt has them all the time, and I thought about picking them up.
To be honest, that's where I got them from. They're both UK travel exclusives. I was planning. I forgot what bottle it was. There's one bottle that I really, really wanted. I think it might have been the King. No, would it be the King Alexander? There's a couple bottles that I really wanted, and then I was all like, "Hey, the shipping costs a bit expensive. Add those to that." So, and then Ben from Ben Sigma Alliance did a stream yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Oh, the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society, Amanda.
Whiskey Society. And I purchased the 9-year-old Dalmore that they got cast strength, and I'm thinking what an amazing flight that would be for us to do on our.
Does it have E150A also, or for single malt is it straight out of the cask?
From what I hear, it's straight out of the cask. It's 60 point something.
I wonder how light it's going to be.
So, I think you can still see the video. It's light.
I wanted to watch the video. If it's still on there, I'll look for it after this.
If not, you just click. So just a tip for you guys on Instagram, just click the guy's feed, and it'll say, do you want to watch their stories or their video? Because the video gets hidden after a while.
I didn't know that.
So I I got that Dalmor, the King Alexander, the Lucio Dominion, and then now I'm gonna have that 9-year-old. So I'm hoping to, and I still have a 15, I think, back there. So
Ooh.
I think that'd be a great tasting if you're willing to do it, Wally, with me. So
yeah, you're gonna be like, all of these taste the same, like all the Dalmors.
Or it could be like, this is the worst thing ever. It's the best thing ever. You don't know.
It's gonna be chocolatey. It's gonna be sherry. That's like Dalmor.
All right, what's I got one more left. How many you got left?
I'm gonna do a pair, and then I have one more after
Sounds
that.
good. Well, I drink.
Another pair are these two right here. The Macallan Select Oak. What's with all these select names, like Select Cast, Select Oak? Who's going to the Spios launch event?
Is it the guy's name? What?
I know, exactly. And then the other one is the Elegancia, which I posted today on Instagram.
You just get that one, right?
Yes, I did, in an auction, thanks to my favorite auction friend who helps me with auctions.
In the chat.
Yeah, he's in the chat. He's not paying attention, though, because they're talking about the Spios launch. Not even sure which launch that is. Glenmorangie?
I know. They're like, chat's got their own thing going. We got our own thing going. Last bottle.
Yeah, no, but I'm super curious.
Is the Blanton's Gold Edition. So Blanton's single barrel.
Oh, that's not bad. I have some of that.
The normal regular, right? They have this one, which is like, I think, a travel exclusive. They have a green one, which I think is a European exclusive. They have the black one that's Japanese exclusive. So Blanton's, and this is a funny thing I learned when I was living in Asia. If your country produces something really, really good, exports get the best part of it. So Philippines is known for mangoes. Funny. The best mangoes go to Japan for some stupid reason, right?
It's
some
ironic.
of the best Blanton's bourbon goes to Japan, goes to Europe. So if you guys love Blanton's, try their travel exclusives if you can. You'll fall in love. It is insane how good it is compared to the normal everyday one.
That's funny.
I learned that too. Like, yeah, best bananas go somewhere else. I'm like, why don't the locals keep it? And they're like, oh no, it's worth more for them to sell it, and they'll just have.
That makes sense.
It's not bad. It's like, I'm not saying Blanton's is bad because people love it. It's just it's not the best thing they can produce or they've produced.
Yeah. Oh, addressing some things in chat. So the Spios is the next Glenmorangie private cast that's coming out, which is cool because I didn't know that's what was coming out. I kind of lost. I was doing really, really well with the private casks. Mm-hmm. You know, we got to the Meulshon, and then all of a sudden it was the Bacalta, and that was a little bit of a...
was it a letdown?
A little bit of a letdown. Yeah, because it's supposed to mean, like, baked cast, and I think it was Malmsey Madeira cast that they had, like, twice toasted, but it was no bueno. It was okay.
What was the newest Glenmo that just re-released?
Re-released? Yeah. Oh, the Astar.
Have you had that one yet?
Haven't tried that yet, no.
Hey, Scotch Forever, let us know how good the revamp version of it was. I'd love to know. But yes, Japan seems to be getting the best stuff close to the connoisseurs. I don't know why. They just do.
That's so weird.
Yeah. You got one more bottle left, I think?
Oh, the Spios is an ex-rye cask? That's going to be weird. Because I think the last like Scotch whiskey that I had that was finished in rye might be Johnny Walker Rye, which was only like finished in rye cask for 3 months. It was okay. Oh, do you? Oh, I'll do this one real quick then. I bought this in Mexico, and it's pretty good. Described by dried fruit, mellow, sweet, and spicy. It's pretty good. But the Glenwathers Robur Reserve.
Oh, so that's travel exclusive.
Quercus Robur. Yeah, or it was when I bought it in Mexico.
Huh. Interesting.
I don't know if it still is. But no, it's pretty good.
And then...
Of course, Glenrothes is now owned by Edrington, which is owned Macallan, Highland Park, and everything else now. It's weird.
All right, so for me, the last one is, and this is going to be in a category part. It's on its own. It's... So Johnny Walker Blue, as you know, you can get it anywhere, right? But they're travel bottles, or they're.
I want the Korean one, but it's one of 550 or something, and it's like it's going for stupid dollars.
If you know me, I'm from the Philippines. I was like, I had to get this.
But you're Australian.
Raised in the Philippines. Their version of Costco actually carry these. So there's actually 3 major cities in the Philippines. Manila is where I grew up, so. I was like, I gotta get one of these. So, this one, and then they have, what is it? Chinese New Year bottles. So every year,
Yes, I actually got one.
What? Was it?
Hold on, I'll go get it.
So when he goes, I'm gonna go solo and talk to you about this. So everyone knows how people are like, oh, Johnny Blue is the best thing I've ever had. Okay, it's not if you're more aficionado or whatever like that. But I just think these travel bottles are great. Especially if you want to relive your heritage and stuff like that. It's a great gift, which is, I think, why people go to travel retail. Is I'm going through duty free right now. Why don't I pick up a bottle? It's kind of what their plan is, right? But I think Johnny Walker do it the best, where it's like any crazy event, New Year's, Chinese New Year's, or you got Cities was their big one this year. I just think it's great, like how they're going that way and be like, hey, yes, it's a standard stuff, but here you get a special bottling. It costs exactly the same. It didn't get charged up or anything like that. So, yeah. All right, bud. My buddy's back. And he said you picked up a...
I did get new bottles. We didn't even talk about new bottles.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it yet.
So 2 new bottles that I have to talk about. One's not open. I'll talk about the not open one first. Makes sense. So Johnny Walker Blue Label, like you were talking about.
Rooster.
But this is the Rooster. So if you're a 1981 baby or a 1993 baby or whatever year you want to be in, that's every 12 years. There's the Johnny Walker year of the cock or rooster, whichever you prefer to call it. It's the same thing. Growing up as a kid in Chinese restaurants, it was the year of the cock. You get older and you can't say the word cock without people getting weird.
Even me.
So I did pick that up, and the other bottle that I posted about this on Instagram.
The year of the rooster, year of the cock, right?
81.
I actually like the year of the monkey one better, which is the previous year.
Oh no, the monkey looked cool.
It looked cool because it was white bottle, right in the blue.
Let's be serious. Yeah, but it's a monkey. That's an exciting animal. It's hard to make an animal that annoys people, wakes up early.
Yeah, okay. You got me.
Impregnates chickens. Like, it's just not as exciting.
Yeah, I got you.
And the other bottle is one that I would literally, if you have one of these bottles, I will trade you dollars for it.
Dollars trade.
But I doubt I'll find another one. But the Dram Fool, it's the Bruichladdich 10-year. It's 62.2%, 10-year, mature, cask number 657 in bourbon barrels. This stuff is amazing.
You can't find another bottle anymore?
No. They were like, it was super limited edition. What is it? How many bottles of this were made? 258 bottles.
You got it from the UK. So was that an auction or was that...
No, so a friend was able to put in an order and ordered 3 of them. And so they grabbed 3, sold me 1, sold another person 1. So we've all opened ours now. But yeah, if somebody else has one of these, like, I will give you dollars. It's so good.
Man. So for me, I picked up... So went to Vancouver, Canada. Beautiful, beautiful province. And the one thing my wife kept telling me is like, Charles, you're a whiskey Instagrammer. Why didn't you bring any bottles? I'm like, well, I don't want to bring whiskey there and bring it back. She's like, well, you're an idiot. You should have gotten mini bottles. I'm like, oh yeah, that's super smart. I could take mini pictures or whatever.
That's a good idea, actually.
So
or you can put full-size bottles in your bag.
Yeah, I got a baby in tow. There's a bunch of bags. So
put them in the baby diapers.
Yeah, when she
safe.
When she showed me that, she's like, hey, look at this. And I'm like, son of a bitch. So now I know what I'm gonna do when I travel next time.
Is that the vintage on the far right side?
Yeah, so these are, this is Select Cast, Reserve Cast, Vintage Cast from Glenfiddich.
The peated.
So yeah.
It's okay. It's not bad. It's honestly not bad, the vintage.
But the key thing is, like, I should have taken more photos. It was a beautiful landscape. Dude, the city was awesome. It framed pictures perfectly. But I was just like, I'm an idiot. I didn't bring anything. So.
No, you're just taking trips and, yeah, that's all.
And then, as you guys know, I picked up 2 of these. One for me, one for Wally. These are 1 liter. Sadly, something with Canada, it's 40%. So, it's sad about that, but it is what it is. And I think that's all I picked up. Oh, I did pick up this amazing tasting set.
I think most of these are 40%.
As you noticed. Awesome. Coast Connoisseurs. And then everyone's been hitting me up on Instagram about this case, which we showed earlier. So, is it NAPAC Group? NAK Group. They made this for me, which is going to serve me well when we go into some of our tastings and stuff this year. So I thought it was a great thing. So, but yeah, no, sadly, I only picked up those bottles. I wish I could buy more. There was no limit, but my wallet was like,
There's a limit coming back into America.
They didn't tell me anything. They were like, you want any more? I'm like, I don't know. Probably not.
Oh, I thought it was like 5 gallons or something. Yeah. Not that you're going to buy, 25 bottles, but.
So, yeah. And then, okay, so back on topic, right? Travel exclusives. How do you feel about travel exclusives? Well, like, do you feel like this is a great opportunity for whiskey companies? What's your opinion on them?
I think Scotch for Everyone pretty much said like probably what we're all thinking is that it's like a crapshoot. Yeah. It could be anything. It could be amazing or it could be horrible. I mean, the Macallan Rarecast Black was travel exclusive for a while. You know, I think it still is. Or, you know, or you can only get it in the UK now. But it was travel exclusive in the first year, and that was I should have just bought one.
Do you think it's a testing ground for whiskey companies to be like, hey, let's see what people like, and then convert it into an everyday release?
Actually, that's probably not a bad theory on like Steve's saying on half of them, because I mean half of them do end up making it to market as a regular bottling, and then the other half of them you only ever hear about them in travel. Yeah. So it seems like that, anyways. We're just throwing out what it looks like. So we don't know if it's actually
like for me, honestly, like the Balvenie 16-year-old Triple Wood, I wish I could pick that up in the stores, but I know that every time I know someone that flies in, I'm like, hey, can you get me a bottle? Because it's that good.
You should have looked for the peated triple.
They didn't have that there. I wonder, is it that good? I know we're not big peat fans, but
the Glenfiddich, that's the vintage cast, the Glenfiddich peated. Yeah. It was so lightly peated.
They had a 21-year-old. It needs to be.
Listen to the voice of people who love the peat. Yeah. It needs to be a regular release.
Oh man, something about like people with peat, man. It's definitely a subset of whiskey people that are like diehard.
No, can't call it a subset. It'd be like it's like half of whiskey people.
I would say it's half, man. But like, you got people that love sherry because they like that sweetness. But something about peat, it's like that one flavor that just people are just like, no, it's this. They're diehard fans. Peated.
It's Bruichladdich. Oh. I mean, yes, it's peated, but it's so
peated,
balanced.
Right? Balanced.
No, peated. It's peated.
Is it?
It's funny because sitting down by itself, I sat down and I drank some, and I was like, this is incredibly sweet. It's baller. Coaster connoisseurs, I'm assuming this is your first time here. If you don't know, I'm hating on peat. It's a long story. Watch like all the videos from Scotch and Sniff, and you're gonna be like, oh, this makes sense. But no, this Bruichladdich, it's peated, and at first I was like, man. I couldn't even taste it. I literally was like, this is one of the sweetest Bruichladdich I've ever had. Then I sat down with a bottle of Kirkland 18 Sherry, the new one, to do a review, and it totally changed the flavor of this and the nose, but it still had that sweet ridiculousness. It was so good.
Quick, guys.
So good.
Which one should I open?
Go in alphabetical order.
Really?
Dominium. Yeah, I don't know. I like green better than the blue, but I like both colors. Everybody's rejoicing as Scott joined the chat.
Yeah. Hey, Scott. Thanks for listening to us at your work.
Is that what he's doing? Are you listening at work? This is amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. If you guys haven't checked them out, Scotch Test Dummies, great review channel. Love their live streams on Sundays. Opening up Dominion right now.
But again, for everybody saying that I hate peat, there's good peat. It's right here. I don't know what it is that Bruichladdich does so much better than everyone else. It's so good. Look at this. Look at this right there.
Pour, let's see what. Oh, he just got off work.
They'll probably taste the same. So that's Steve just said the same thing I make fun of Dalmore for all the time. They all taste the same, except for the King Alexander 3 and the 3rd and the cigar malt. All the rest of Dalmore's line is just the same. Higher levels of peat. Maybe that's what it is. Tram dude, maybe you're right.
A bit darker.
Maybe I need to try some more Octomore. I've only tried 2, and both of them made me want to, throw bottles at the wall and kill babies.
Octomore 7.2 over there, which is interesting.
Somebody keeps telling me the 6.3 is what I need to have.
6.3?
Kilchoman. I have a bottle of Kilchoman single cask, and it tastes like butterscotch. It's so good. Yes, it's peated, and the peat shines through, but not... It's not so overbearing that you're like, bleh. It's actually really good.
Interesting. I didn't think they had to mark that it contains 150A. But I guess it does.
What? Certain countries do. Like Germany requires you have to.
What's funny is the recycling bottle, the recycling note is in German, but the rest of the stuff is in English.
Oh, maybe it has to be ready for German retail too. Maybe that's why they're throwing it on there, because they have to disclose in Germany, which is a weird rule I read about.
Permitted natural color. Interesting. I love it how they always have a pregnant lady with an X and like.
Oh yes, Steve. Thank you so much. Yes. We got to try that Scotch Malt Whiskey Society down more.
Yeah, I picked one up too. So yeah, let's do a tasting. hey, Whiskey Watch, let me know if you want to be on a show. We'll do it.
Heck yeah, he does. Come on, Steve, say yes.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. But yeah, so
sorry, Carson.
overall, I think travel exclusives for me is a pretty fun thing, just because it's different. I personally like, since we have collections, right? I guess you call them. I do love the city bottles or something like that. I definitely interested in that kind of stuff. But it's more of the weird, unique things. Like, for instance, this Glenfiddich that we just purchased, right? Is that your thing? So it had European and bourbon on it. And I'm like, okay. And then it had the red wine cast. Now, we've had stuff from Glenmorangie that was great with red wine casts and stuff. Or
Aaron.
And
there's in Amaroni's.
But red wine cast
Italian red wine
seems pretty fun. I've done my own single barrels with red wine, and it does release some great flavors. So, very excited for this one. So I'm glad that Wally was like, "Dude, get it," and he was.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, red wine is all about candy sugar, and it just does it in such a good way.
Since he made me buy it, I got a travel bag. I always love it when they throw random shit like this in. So thanks, bro.
That's such a nice bag.
I know, right? Like fake leather type handles, copper stuff with it, with Glenfiddich on it.
Oh, that's freaking legit.
So
I just looked at my face on the screen and I realized that I'm literally in awe. And then like, I want that bag so bad.
It's got the stags.
Of course it does.
So I just want to say thanks, Wally, for making me get up to the $100 limit to get a bag.
Scotch SMEs. Yep. Yeah, no, that'll make you feel like a brand ambassador. Scotch SMEs just asked, has anyone seen the Blue Label Ghost Reserve? I was gonna say, I knew Steve has tried it. Too much canvas, not enough Brora. So you're saying $400 where you are? Costco in DC has it for $300.
Ooh, $100 off,
sitting on the shelf. I really don't want to pick it up though, because 2 of those distilleries are getting reopened. I just don't understand why the giant mass appeal.
Is that Johnny Blue?
Yeah, it's Johnny Walker Blue, the Ghost Reserve. So it's made from, what is it, guys? Help me out here. 4 distilleries that are closed and 2 distilleries that are still open. I think that's how it works. But 2 of those closed distilleries are reopening soon. Diageo's doing it in like in 2019 or whatever. I know that's when one of them was opening.
Man, that Kansas pricing, man.
Yeah, how's that?
You can get it for less than
$400.
that with people shipping it to you, man.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That's a crazy price.
It's on your page. All right, I'll take a look, man.
I think actually Steve's page actually goes into the details of everything that's inside of that thing.
By the way, you are kind of right that Dalmore has that, just like Glenfiddich, that standard note. But this one, it's something weird in it. I think.
Oh really?
I think it's like a really rich sherry or something.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's sherry and chocolate. It's like what Dalmore does.
I know.
And I don't know if Patterson like only likes those flavors or what. To be honest,
when you have somebody that's known for that, like they sherry finish, he's like, yeah, that's what I like. That's my palate.
But I mean, you can watch Richard Patterson on YouTube and how he breaks down each of the flavors. He waters everything down to 20% so he can, he doesn't get like fatigue while he's tasting, and he really, goes into the nuances of the flavors. But I think without the thousands of drams and years of experience that he has behind it,
just
most of us are going to be like, I've had a couple hundred drams. Like, I don't know. It's not going to be the same.
No, that's true. But yeah, so that's basically our episode. I think overall consensus, we like travel exclusives. It's fun, it's interesting, it's different, unique. But I guess, just like in the chat, we hope some of these actually get to our shores and stuff like that. Like, I feel bad that there's some Japanese releases that we can never get.
Master of Malt.
No, like even then, it's just so hard to get some of the stuff from Japan. I'm gonna say older stuff, but before it was just Japan only because people didn't know if they liked it or not. You can get those Blanton's, like you said, Masters of Malt. That's where I can find them.
Yeah, Blanton's Gold is where I got Master of Malt is where I got Blanton's Gold from first.
Yeah, I'm still trying to look
for that. Glenfiddich Distillery exclusive 15 sherry cask strength. That's it. That's what Carson's drinking. That stuff is so sweet. It's so good.
And I think maybe that's another episode we do is just like the silly exclusives.
That's why you were like, why so much of this gone? I'm like, because I've been drinking it.
And then our inaugural, we're going to be doing this from now on, I guess, is our thumbnail. So get your bottle ready, man.
Oh, I need to.
So how many cats do we put in this one, guys? How many cats do you want me to put in?
By the way, cats?
If you guys haven't noticed, I've been putting cats in every single one with Wally in there. So if you do notice, let me know, because I'm going to keep doing it. because I think it's just freaking hilarious. Because I just YouTube, not YouTube, I Google cat and then I just find it.
Just random cats.
All right, that's a freeze frame. Bam. So yeah, that's gonna be our thumbnail. Thank you guys for watching behind the scenes.
So ridiculous.
We got a couple more minutes, guys. Any questions? I just want to say again, Wally, thank you so much for chiming in. I know you were doing stuff while I was asking it, so thank you for recommending that travel exclusive. I bet you plenty of other people have that same question. I'm just glad to have you in the back pocket. Yeah, I don't Google that.
Don't worry.
Damn, dude, I do not Google that. But maybe I will, and I'll actually put one in there. By the way, Whiskey Watch and Wally, I did send you guys like a GIF of a cat. It was kind of funny.
Scott's asking right there, have I ever tried the Macallan Rarecast Black? No, I have not. I just want to buy a bottle. I'm sure I'll spend $500 one day. Probably a bad idea. But to get you guys to salivate a little for Scotch and Sniff videos. One thing I've always wanted to do, like Scotch and Sniff has always been about finding like cheap bottles and bringing that to like everyone to do reviews on them. Like that was the whole reason I even started it with my brother. But I feel like I can do a really, really expensive set of bottles and bring that experience to people. So maybe next month I might be doing some filming with some people from a certain brand that has like a master's collection. And I might be able to walk everyone in the whole world of YouTube through the tasting of the master's collection. I'm not going to say what brand it is.
You can't say it's
but,
or two, the bottle.
It's going to be good. It's going to be really good.
For that.
I'll give you a hint. If you read my blog, I've stolen from this brand before. We'll leave it at that.
Nice tip. And then I do know that there's going to be a large whiskey event in February with a bunch of Instagrammers. I'm very jealous that I'm not going. So that's one event that I know, Wally, you're going to be going to, right?
Me, my video guy, and another video person who's not actually a video person. That's actually his wife, but it's a long story.
Video person. I really wish I could go, but from what I've been seeing, if you guys have been hearing murmurs on Instagram, man, it's going to be an amazing event.
Carson!
So, and then for us, I think we're still planning our trip to Scotland.
Yes.
And
I actually might go along with your idea. I hate to say it, but we'll see.
And then me and Wally, this is just very early stages, are thinking about something with Vegas.
Oh, yeah. No. We know where that's going. I was talking to Eric about that. That's going to be more of a definitely.
So FY, this year is going to be the year that Whiskey Untitled, Drinking Caveman, Wally, we're going to be traveling as much as we can. Actually meet up. If you guys didn't know, we've never seen each other face to face in person.
I mean, I've seen your face.
In person?
You've seen my face. No, not yet.
So
it's going to happen.
But yeah, we're very, very excited for that. And yeah, again, I'm the Drinking Caveman. Instagram, YouTube. Well, I might start doing reviews, maybe.
You already started reviews. You've just been lazy, like most of us who do reviews. That's the
Scott,
truth.
man. Scott keeps pushing me. Scott in the chat. He keeps going like, dude, man. They make.
Steve, I remember.
And Wally, where can they find you? And I don't have your class.
ScotchandSniff.com. Scotch and Sniff, youtube.com/Scotch and Sniff for Scotch and Sniff videos. I think all the Whiskey Library videos are done.
Yep.
I'll be working with some other local bloggers soon to get some more videos out, but for the next 10 weeks or so, until that special event happens that I was talking about, the Masters Collection, it looks like it's going to be mostly 1-minute whiskey videos. Yep. So I've recorded like a handful of those. Scotch and Sniff on Instagram. Perhaps you guys saw the picture today. It's all Macallan goodness. Yep. So
and don't forget to pick up his glass, sipdark.com.
/product/Scotch and Sniff. It's so ridiculous.
Pick that up and let me know if you guys want me to do glasses too, because people have been asking me. So
Scotch Systems. So here's what I learned. Like a lot of people will ask you, and then very few people will actually follow through. It's like golfing. Like that's how you swing, but follow through is where it all matters. So like Scotch Systems, they just bought a glass. So thank you guys. Thank you. But but for the most part, it's like.
To be honest,
it's a cool novelty.
I want to find these mini Glencairns.
Oh, like Glenfiddich guys?
Yeah, I want those. So if anyone knows where I can source those, to be honest, dude, I think they're perfect.
We could probably talk to Glencairn directly.
Let's do that.
I actually want to get a giant one from them. I've seen Glencairns that are like 2 feet tall.
If you guys don't know, I'm the really small guy. Wally's the really, really big guy. Like I
just like to eat.
It would be funny. I can't wait to take photos because it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, because I'm 6 foot tall and huge.
Yeah, I'm 5'3", so it's gonna be fun.
Oh, you're shorter than my mom, and she's Asian. Wow, you are small.
Dude, my parents like 4 something, man. I'm just telling you, I'm tall. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into our first real episode of the Whiskey Untitled for 2018. Again, we appreciate all you guys do for us, and thank you so much for keeping the chat live. And yeah.
You know what you should do? You should go to Instagram and go live so you can take all these people with you. Shimon, I can't believe you're this late. You were supposed to tell everybody about who you talked to in New York and made fun of me while you guys, while I wasn't around. But don't do it now. Don't do it now because it'll ruin things. Let it go. Let it go.
What's up, man? All right. Well, guys, that's it. Thank you again. And Wally, what are you going to say, man?
Oh, peace.
Let us.